Senator Thomas Hawley Tuberville, aka Tommy, has a history of making shocking statements. From racist rhetoric to harmful stereotypes, his words have drawn widespread condemnation. He linked African Americans and Democrats to crime and reparations, questioned the literacy of inner-city teachers, saying that they might be incapable of reading or writing. He makes ignorant
in some of these inner
comments.
cities that's going to need SNAP to survive, and they're getting a lot of calls, and the pressure is going to be put on them. A lot of people need to go back to work. A lot of young men that are on SNAP that should be working.
Anyhow.
Tuberville initially defended white nationalists in the military, calling them Americans.
Do you believe they should allow white nationalists in the military?
Well, they call them that. I call them Americans.
And then reignited it Monday night.
My opinion of a white nationalist, if somebody wants to call them white nationalists, to me is an American.
Before backtracking under heavy pressure and scrutiny, even from his own Republican Party. But did he really just call white nationalists racist Americans? Definitely not the Proud Boys Donald Trump's racist gang. Stand down? How about David Duke, former KK Grand Wizard? But then he says this about immigrants.
Again, these inner city rats, they live off the federal government.
And what the old ball coach thinks about immigrants and minorities' education.
You don't come at all. We're not educating you. Go somewhere else.
Some call Tuberville the dumbest racist in the Senate. Many knew him as a football coach, but now his public actions reveal a different character, a racially motivated one. Is this the leader we want for our future? That's probably not a good idea. He once coached our kids at Auburn University, and now that we know old Tommy Boy's real disposition, we can't put their future in the hands of someone who does not unite, but instead incite, promote division and racism. Take a look at Tommy Boy's ex-post, racially linking Muslims to terrorism, saying the enemy is inside the gates, with a side-by-side picture of the 9/11 attacks and a picture of recently elected mayor of New York, Mahmoud Mamdani. By the way, Mamdani is Muslim, but so is Dr. Mehmet Oz, a Trump ally supporter. Old Tommy Boy Tuberville was a vocal supporter of Dr. Mehmet Oz, endorsing him following his nomination by Donald Trump to lead the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, CMS. This was a classic response to Tuberville's rhetoric from Mayor Mamdani.
Let there be as much outrage from politicians in Washington when kids go hungry as there is when I break bread with New Yorkers.
While mainly stirring racial controversies, Tommy Tuberville has largely avoided addressing the impact of tariffs on Alabama farmers, while prioritizing funding for costly, expensive prison construction instead of investing in much-needed hospitals in rural communities across Alabama. Just a little food for thought. Why is Alabama spending so much money to build these massive prisons? Larger, more expensive prisons that will require a disturbing volume of incarcerations to fill, generating more labor revenue through labor exploitation. Currently, about $12.2 million is generated annually through exploited labor in the state of Alabama. Now let's see a controversial plus racially motivated Senator Tuberville running for governor, confirming where he stands by stating what he thought about white nationalists. Also, the despicable and horrible things he has said about African American, minorities, and immigrants. Hope you're paying attention. Thomas, aka Tommy Boy, has been such a controversial and contradictory figure throughout his political career. After being called out by the same Republican primary party about eligibility to run for governor in the state of Alabama, it sounds like they may need to send Tuberville back to his original home, to the good old backwoods of Arkansas. The state of Alabama can't be serious. This cannot be the future for Alabama, nor should Alabamians stand for such. Don't ignore the real threat that is Tommy Tuberville. Vote no on Tuberville. Links to Tommy's controversies in the description below.